So Manchester United have just lost 3-0 to Tottenham, and yes, it's absolutely completely embarrassing. Yeah, fed up with it all, to be fair. Absolutely fed up. Same old thing every single time. Not learning about any of our mistakes at all. Same old things happening. And yeah, I think everyone's a joke. I don't think the manager's good enough. I don't think the players are good enough. Yeah, I mean, look at all the other teams. Look at how Chelsea have redeveloped. Look at, what the Scousers are able to do under their new manager. And we're stuck like this with new players that we've signed who aren't doing enough and giving Ten Hag a new contract, and he's making the same mistakes coaching wise, and it just doesn't seem like there's a vision in this club with the way we play football. There's not at all. It's really unfortunate to see. I mean, with the higher up, it's looking better now with Ineos, to be fair, because they've given Ten Hag the backing, but we're now not getting the performances. So it's getting frustrating all round, to be fair. But, people are only going to put this on the manager. It's on those fucking players as well. They're all absolutely useless. I mean, Bruno Fernandes today getting sent off, but was shocking the whole time. I think the physio is absolutely useless. Can't keep players fit. Mainu's injured. Mount got injured. But again, playing with Mason Mount's like having 9 men. And that's what we had for a good 40 minutes or so for as long as he was on. So yeah, we're playing with like 9 men, which, I mean, it's just frustrating to see. I don't know why we took Xerxes off out of everyone. He was looking most likely to score. So I don't know why that happened. Yeah, I just think it's all useless, to be honest with you. I just think it's all absolutely useless. Everything's a mess. Why are we so reckless as well? Why are we so ridiculously reckless? So many of our players got booked today. I'm surprised we didn't get a second red card. I really am surprised we did not get a second red card. That was absolutely shocking today. It was honestly an absolute shambles. Yeah. Mazraoui getting booked, Martinez getting booked, Daniel getting booked, Agata getting booked, Bruno getting a red card. Yeah, it's just shocking, to be fair. Then at the back, we can't put in any better challenges because basically the whole back line were bloody booked. So, yeah, Mount got booked as well, basically as soon as he came on. Absolutely useless from him. I'm glad he's injured. I'm glad he's injured. But yeah, Bruno's out for 3 games, which I'm also glad about because, he's been a massive letdown for us this whole season. I think everyone's letting us down right now, to be fair. I mean, Casemiro came on and did absolutely nothing apart from fanning around in the midfield. Did absolutely nothing today, Casemiro, once again. What do you even expect from him nowadays, though? You're going to get absolutely nothing from an old man like Casemiro. Diallo came on late, didn't really get a chance to do anything. He should have started. Rashford was pretty shocking today. It was his fault, basically, for the first goal for taking a massive touch where there was literally no need for it. I thought De Ligt was absolutely shocking today. Like 2 of the goals were his fault. Yeah, I mean, everything was the whole team's fault, but De Ligt, is a big bloody culprit at the back today of why we were absolutely useless. But he was actually our only defender who actually didn't get booked, surprisingly. But he was probably the worst one out of everyone. And he didn't even have to hold off as much as they did. But De Ligt was still the worst one. I thought Mazraoui was all right in the first half. Second half was sloppy. Unana was man of the match for us today. He was the best player. If it wasn't for him, we would have lost at about 8-0. But yeah, and once again, I mean, we're lucky it was only 3-0. We're really lucky it was only 3-0. Should have been way more. We should have lost by a massive margin today, but thank God we didn't. I mean, well, no, 3-0 is a massive margin, but when I mean massive margin, I mean like 6, 7, 8-0 or something like that. Yeah, it's not good enough at all. Rashford was useless today, in my opinion. Xerxes didn't do enough, but we should have kept him on, but he just did not do enough. I don't even know why we're bringing on Casemiro for Xerxes when, it's 2-0 going to the second half. Why are we bringing Casemiro on for Xerxes? Like, what? like, what is Ten Hag doing with that? Like, what's even the thought process where it's 2-0, we still got 45 minutes left to play. You never know. 2 goals could have possibly, I'm not saying we would have nicked 2 goals, but again, to, up our chances a bit more, what's the point of bringing Casemiro on? It's like, in the end, Ten Hag just gave up. But it's like 2 goals in 45 minutes is very much bloody possible. But no, Ten Hag just gave up. Just gave up so easily, Ten Hag, with his changes. Just looked like he surrendered. It really just looked like that, to be fair. It really did. And that's the thing that, I just really question him for. He just gives up so easily and just runs out of ideas so easily. So he's got to be questioned. Who would we get as manager if we sacked him? No, I don't actually know. But I mean, no one's changing this. Everything's a mess. No one can change this, and everyone still thinks it's fully on the manager when it's not. It's not fully on the manager. It is his fault because then I've literally these changes which he's doing is so bloody questionable. But yeah, I honestly don't understand the thought process behind a lot of Ten Hag's tactics. Doesn't really have any, if we're being real. But it's also the players wandering around into the middle of nowhere, though. Like, it's not Ten Hag's fault. Bruno's always shit and always reckless. Not his fault at all. It's not Ten Hag's fault that our whole back line got yellow cards today. That wasn't his fault. That's on the players for being reckless and useless and, going without a care in the world. So yeah, it's not just the manager. Don't just put this on Ten Hag because it's not just him, even though he does need to take a lot of the blame for that absolute shambles today. But yeah, just everything was an absolute joke today, to be fair. Yeah, there you go.